Boom! Big one. Well, important, needed win from Chelsea Football Club in the Conference League. I mean, Oshe matches are not Chelsea about in the last few days and then months leading up to this one. It was an important win for Chelsea. Chelsea needed to find a way to get our job done. And so who follow matching in itself, you can tell certainly any easy match. It was not an easy match for Chelsea Football Club in the sense that in the first half it was a labored game, labored in the sense that Chelsea tried so hard to get the results, they could not get it in the first half. Then in the second half, that is where the goals began to come. Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. So I won't subscribe to the channel, and I'm sure subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Send them out anytime their content ever drop, you be your first to have it. And then of course, you motivate me to go on and then do the best in terms of the analysis on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Chelsea has gotten the job done. It has been a very, very good one. Very good one in terms of games at Chelsea about Conference League. Baby at Chelsea do a Conference League. I can't several times say they can't afford to drop anything. And they say Enzo Maresca before the game did opine that Chelsea ball on border. They need to make sure that they get a result in all of the matches. What I'm trying to say is that Chelsea have been struggling in the league, but Conference League it looks as if it's a clean soup to go and play in the final. And AB on the other side, a team and a one day power, a team of Fiorentina. No, we're losing by 3-2. So what that means is that Chelsea in the year they can go on and play in the final with ease and then get success in a game now. As our Conference League, of course, away at Copenhagen, winning the game by 2-1 means that Chelsea have put themselves in a very, very good place to get a job done on them. The starting game, the most difficult one was in the first half. Difficult part on the first half on lots of the ball from Chelsea Football Club, but then the issue was about how Chelsea were going to convert such chances to get goals in there. And Oshe match now, what Enzo Maresca did was really interesting. Went into the game to make sure say Obe coming on the game and then started with a team that is enough. One of the things that Chelsea were not doing enough after Chelsea started match was the fact that Chelsea went into the game trying to be more careful on the ball, not making mistakes, because it was an important one. Chelsea core game, they started with a very, very good backline. Robert Sanchez imposed Chaloba, Tosin Adrabia, and Axel Benoit Benashile, making it a very, very good back three with Abrante Tosin in there. Then Malo Gusto, Caicedo, James, Drisby Hall, Kopama, Tariq George, and Ishim Weka up top. The young Chelsea centre forward so basically provided the outlet that Chelsea needed on the foot of play. What is very important, like I said, it was a game where Chelsea had to go in and go and show what they can do. But to be very honest with you, Copenhagen's team because in the Danish league, so top. In fact, against every English opposition, the last 2 times out to Chelsea, they are lost. And this is the 3rd time. Again, in the last 4 matches, they had been a little bit winless. I mean, they had gotten almost all of the wins over there in their last 4 matches. They get the results in all of the matches that they play. So it was a huge one in terms of how Chelsea would manage to stay in it, how Chelsea would get the results from it. To be very honest, starting game, it was a difficult one for Chelsea. Very, very difficult one. And first thing that it didn't go on well for Chelsea was the injury of Abrante Efreno, Malo Gusto in the first half. Enzo Maresca, Abrante Efreno, Gusto Fremont, and Marco Correa Babeshe, because he didn't want to start with Marco Correa. And at halftime, it was 0-0. Now, social border, one of the things that was really, really important was how Chelsea wanted to still hold on to the ball. At halftime, the statistics now was clear. Chelsea in a possession of 67, Copenhagen for a possession of 33. Expected goals of Copenhagen 0.03, or less than even 0.1. Chelsea expected goals also 0.06, less than 0.1. 2 shots on target from Chelsea, 2 shots on target from Team Efreno, Copenhagen. Pass accuracy, Chelsea 391.93% pass accuracy, but in the ball wasn't going to the right place. So in the pre-match analysis, one of the things that I told you was the fact that most of the Chelsea balls just in Copenhagen, the ball has to go to the right areas and then get the results into playing forward passes. But just we're not getting forward passes. In fact, in the first half, Nate Abranche from the Maresca said don't quite know try so many some forward passes and get some goals in there. So I mean, it was a little bit difficult for them in terms of breaking out Copenhagen. For the first half, it was a little bit, it was solid from FC Copenhagen, making it very difficult for Chelsea to get anything out of the game now. And we kept asking ourselves, say, how can Chelsea go into the game and then get the results and how things can go on in there. Of course, you look at the game in itself and you understand the importance of Reece James. So Chelsea team, again, in the first half, you get to understand how it is important, say, you bring in somebody like Marco Correa on and off the field of play, which is very, very important for Chelsea Football Club. And so your first goal at Chelsea share, when you have Reece James from central areas, this is exactly what he gives you. I mean, on the ball, Reece James is solid. Look at that strike from outside of the box. Of course, he took a deflection, but it was a very, very good strike. And Reece James with excellent ball striking ability. And you can give him a lot of quality from there with him at the first goal from Chelsea. I mean, now a very interesting shape from Chelsea, especially what Chelsea wanted to do with Malo Gusto on the right-hand side and then putting crosses into the box, because obviously Chelsea Nyashim Mweka up top, and obviously that was going to be a good plan because when you're center for the occupy box him and you can put in some very good crosses for him to help you. And throughout the game, like we expected, Copenhagen for ever press aggressively and will play through lack of ideas trying to create against their deadlock. And I said, I don't know if the Chelsea team did not prepare for it, but me, I didn't expect Copenhagen to press Chelsea. I knew they were going to sit off and then ask Chelsea to break them down and they'll catch Chelsea on the turnover. So that was really the issue, especially in the first half. Then attack, they're a little bit light because Kane Drisby Hall centrally as the 10 and Pelma are always having to receive in outside of the blocks now. I mean, so Chelsea were rotating the ball in front of the block and waiting for not having wingers that was stretch play, was worried. And the fact that Enzo Maresca wanted to do that with Tyree George and Abrante from Malo Gusto. But the injury of Gusto meant that Marco Correa will come. Yes, Marco Correa a top player. But then really when he plays sometimes, you can understand that there is an element of he liking to play central as an inverted fullback rather than hugging the touchline as a fullback. And it was money difficult. Say Bob Brent finish him work on him, and he's hardly trying to try and work with anything else on him. I think that it wasn't good enough, especially in the first half at all. It was not good enough. The first half was really, really not good over there. And then second half nearby. Once the second half came with that ball of overloading the wide areas and then freeing central areas, that was how Chelsea were going to break down Team Friend in Copenhagen. Because all back against Team Mr. Copenhagen, what you have to do is to pull them out of their block, force them out, and then make sure say, you control things in the wide areas. And that's what second half to open up spaces. Chelsea Reece James and that was very good. Shame hooked that the most disgusting football to Ez's played safe here. Totally don't like the Shame was hooked when he had little support whatsoever. But then the team had to go on and play. Enzo creative machine over there. I've seen these passes is giving off it. Once Chelsea were going into the game, and then Maresca, Enzo Fernandez to now take charge of the deep line playmaking and control. It was very, very important. And of course, Moshe's second ball, very, very excellently off for Abrante friend Tyree George from the left hand side, all cutting back to Abrante friend Enzo Fernandez to make it 2-0. That was an excellent play for Chelsea to cement it. And like we said several times, the game stay difficult. What you need Chelsea to do is to kill off the game, get a second goal, get an insurance goal. And that is what Chelsea went on to do this time. Because, I mean, imagine, say, with Reece James goal and kind of buyer, and Copenhagen for 18 shares on equalizer, then it would have been 1-1 over the bad time for Chelsea. So it's good and it's very important that Chelsea would get the insurance goal via Abrante Enzo Fernandez from the up top. And very, very good cuts back from Abrante, the friend Tyree George, desperately need George to score his first Chelsea goal, and it was very good. Tyree George over there, I think that it wasn't good at all how Chelsea conceded equalizer from Copenhagen for. You could tell, say Copenhagen for were overloading the far post on the set piece, and again it was Kane Drisby Hall. I went to man tracking a runner, then the ball was played to the far post. They didn't even follow his man, and eventually Kono getting the hits there. He was never going to get the ball. No one is behind him or in the back post now on him. But like I said, at full times, I think that Enzo Maresca, this morning in the pre-match analysis, one of the things that I kept on saying, and they said, the Maresca in the first part of the season used the substitution bench very well. And this is one of the games where Chelsea struggled in the first half, but second half, Enzo Maresca came in and used the bench excellently well to get the results. And that was spot on for me. I absolutely love it from Enzo Maresca to do that. Bringing on Marco Correa, bringing on the likes of Abrentia, taking off Abrentia friend of Moises Caicedo and Fiifi on him, then having control with Enzo Fernandez later on. Of course, I think it was very, very important. Attacking balance in the initial setup failed to inspire. In Nkunku left wing, Tyree George, false nine, Kenneth Drisby or right wing, even though I didn't like Kenneth Drisby or Sayano. It was good enough to hold on to it. Chelsea conceded a goal, which is very unnecessary. At least Chelsea take advantage, to make it 2-1, to take it to Stamford Bridge. That is the most important thing. So Chelsea go away from home and get a job. For me, the man of the match, Brantia, your friend Reece James, captain on the side. Another win at Chelsea beats me celebrity. And you know what to do. You need to make sure, say, as it keeps on going, Chelsea will grow into it and keep on winning games. That is all the club needs. Consistently, they will go on to start winning goals, winning games and consistently going to it. Now Chelsea is still using on the best starting 11 against Team FC Copenhagen next week. If it was a 2-0, Chelsea could have managed that one, but 2-1 earlier, it is very, very open and anybody can go on and win. But I like the fact that Chelsea go into the game and then they have the advantage by 2-0. On a really important part of play for Chelsea Football Club, and with everything that he did over the Reece James and then Enzo Fernandez, two very key players getting onto the ball in the box and right after the box, outside the box now, making the difference for team your friend at Chelsea Football Club. Full time, Chelsea win their first away match in 3 months and of course take 1-goal advantage to the Stamford Bridge over there from Enzo Maresca. I think it's a good one from Chelsea manager friend Enzo Maresca. Imagine it. I think that they have a pep about Abrentia Enzo Fernandez and the passion, like I said. I mean, on the ball, off the ball, he wants to win. And when you have characters like that want to win, it pushes the team to also want to win. And scoring on Nottingham, Omani, a very, very good one over there. And of course, you give a lot of respect to Abrentia Enzo Fernandez. Yes, the first half wasn't good. Much better display or second half in Nkunku. I think that it was a massive positive. I'm not very motivated to play for the club again. And I said it again. Namisha I could tell, saying Nkunku now said he really wanted to win. And he went on with it. We will need upcoming games. Tyree George Force 9 is a solution. And glad to see Reece Enzo get a goal. And it looks as if Tyree George Force number 9 was really important game for Chelsea on Sunday against Team Friend and Leicester City. Chelsea has to get the win against Team Friend and Leicester City. Else they are in some trouble. At Chelsea Football Club over there. But of course, after that, everything seems to be very, very good in terms of how good Chelsea played on the ball, off the ball, and in the quality of the game that you hear Copenhagen. That is a 2-1. Chelsea go away to Copenhagen with a 1-goal advantage. Thank you very much for choosing us on Fiifi-Manfred. See you. Bye.